Hello and welcome to Conversation with Mrs. Fan. Today, we're peeling back the layers of what women expect and hope for in marriage. So the topic is expectations of women in marriage. Expectations of women in marriage. So whether you're single, dating, or in a relationship, every woman has a voice and vision of what love and commitment should feel like in a marriage. And that's exactly what we will explore on today's episode. Our guest speaker on today's program is a true embodiment of the modern day multi-passionate woman. One who leads, she nurtures, she creates, and inspires. Please welcome Abimbola Uvie J. Allen. She holds a BA in business management and a master's degree in business administration. She is on the journey to achieving a PhD with a focus on organizational and behavior and management. Uvier is also a proud member of the Chartered Management Institute, showing a commitment to excellence and leadership and professional growth. Beyond the boardroom and academia, Uvier is a gifted singer, a songwriter, and a devoted mother. A woman who understands many layers of what it means to show up fully in life. She brings a wealth of insight, authenticity, and passion to every platform she graces. Today, she joins us to share from her heart, her journey, and her vision for empowering others to thrive in every area of life. Thank you very much, Bimbo, for joining us. Hello, Bimbo.
Hello, Yinka. How are you, Mrs. Farm?
Thank you. So let's get straight into this. What comes to your mind when you hear the word marriage?
Hmm. First, before I quickly answer that question, because I know the time is ticking, thank you for the opportunity to be here. And this is a rare, kind of topic. So, and also, I'm not an expert when it comes to relationship, but obviously, I've got one or two cents. And in terms of marriage, the first thing that comes to your mind is a union between two people, man and woman. So, simply like traditional marriage, heterosexual between male and female in that context. It could be legal binding, it could be social, it could be spiritual union, but it does involve man and woman.
Thank you. So, growing up, how did you view marriage and relationships?
Wow, interesting. Um, I grew up in a family where it's like very large family, and I had very good role model. I grew up with my grandparents, and that gave me a good, well, seemingly how marriage should look like, should what it should entail. My grandparents loved each other, and they both, grew old to their hundreds. So they loved each other. So what comes to my mind is in marriage, communication, there is trust, there is a lot vulnerability, there is openness, there is partnership in marriage. So and that's the idea of marriage that I had growing up with my grandparents.
Wow. Interesting. So, talking about self awareness and identity and bringing us to today's topic, as a woman, how have you come to understand who you truly are?
Wow. Whew. To be honest, I'm gonna phrase just say right now, I don't think I've heard it before. Like with experience comes great teacher or teaching, because the experiences I had growing up, if you had asked me this question, let's say 25 years ago, I probably wouldn't even know how to answer it. I'll probably answer just vaguely, or I could answer theoretically. But as of today, 2025, I can tell you, becoming aware of myself and knowing who I am came with experience. Yes, decades of experience, in terms of what I have encountered myself in marriage, and has shaped who I am. So my experience was what led me to wanted to know more about myself, to know more about myself in terms of reading, seeking to know more, asking questions. I'm not like asking individual, but asking myself the real question that only myself can give myself the sincere answer that I truly need to discover who I am and be honest with myself. And this question I asked were outside the box or the four walls of religion or what anyone third party would say, like the onlooker, the outside world would say. They were questions personal that only I, if genuinely I want to be like sincere with myself, will be able to answer. And that was how I kind of discover who I am, what does it for me. If someone were to do this to me, will I be okay? If someone was to speak to me, how do I truly feel? So learning to be in touch with my emotions, learning to accept reality of what is happening to me and how my body is responding to those things, and allowing my body also to go through that experience shaped me to understand who I am.
I like the way you said experience, because, like they say, experience is the best teacher. Experience. Ah, that's a good one. So, have you ever felt pressure to compare yourself to other women, either in a relationship or in the marriage?
Sorry, let me stop you
Especially,
for a second. I don't know why there's a glitch on your side when you're talking. Your camera glitches and then comes back on.
is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay, but like when you're talking, then there's like a glitch and then it comes back on, almost as if you turned off the screen and then you come back on.
Okay, let's try and see how we can fix that. Let me know if that still continues.
Okay.
Can I go on now?
Yes, please.
So, have you ever felt any pressure to compare yourself to other women, especially in how they keep a man in a marriage? Have you felt
Ooh.
any pressure to compare yourself to other women?
Um, Honestly, like truthfully, I have never felt pressure, felt pressured, whether from society or within myself, to live according to the guideline of other ladies, other women. But I have seen and I know about women, trying to live according to other women's guideline or their scope of behavior on how, they should behave, but I have never felt compelled because growing up, I don't know if it would happen to you, but most people would have, and this I'm one of those that had the idea of what I want to be in a marriage. And those ideas were because I was mirroring my grandparents. So I was able to like scope out, because then they are like older generation. So our generation was slightly modern, obviously not this modern. It was days of where there is no mobile phones. But I
Mm,
had an
yeah.
idea that, oh, I love the way my grandparents are. If I get married, I would like to add a bit of one or two spices to mine. I want it to be like this. So I had this idealized relationship picture of what my home should be and who I want my husband to be and the kind of woman that I will be to my husband. I think more importantly, I knew what I want to be to my man, the kind of woman I want
Okay.
to be to my man, the kind of parent, mother I want to be to my children. So I had that, and they were something I treasure and held dearly. Like it's just like how do I say, customized to me, like just tailored to me alone. So, and I wasn't going to look at anyone to alterate that or take out. So I felt like, oh, it was just perfect. This idea that I have is so perfect. So until obviously life happens and then you realize, boom, this is not what it is.
Oh, thanks for that. The way you talk about your grandparents, that's so nice. You
Yeah,
must
God
really have
rest their soul.
adored them.
Yeah, I
Oh, that's
did.
good.
We talk about them all the time, how their relationship, where we growing up and seeing how a marriage should look like. They really embodied the definition of a true marriage. They went through ups and downs together, they laughed together, they fought. We witnessed fights, and not like physical combat, but we witnessed fight in terms of fight between lovebirds, fight where my grandma is trying to play the baby girl. That's what we would relate it to nowadays. She's the one who caused the trouble. She caused the trouble. She brought the trouble to herself. And then she blackmails my grandpa and say, oh, I'm having headache. Oh, my body is aching. And this man will just, oh,
He's
my
trying
wife
to
is
be
not feeling well.
vulnerable.
I'm telling you, my wife is not feeling well. Guys, don't make noise. My wife is not feeling well. And we'll be like, God, you guys will be fighting all morning and talking and,
Maybe she's an
quarreling.
actor.
And then she's saying all of a sudden, you get me a pound of water, get me this. I need to, your grandma needs you, your grandma this. And it's so beautiful to see that
Oh,
a
oh, bless
man
them.
can love upon a woman, even in the midst of war, you know.
Oh, bless.
So, yeah.
Oh, that was so nice. So, from your view, what do women really want and truly want in a marriage?
Oh, wow. I think the truth is we've seen a lot of motivational speakers emerge, and especially on TikTok. Sometimes if you were to follow everything you see on TikTok, you're going to experience tsunami in your brain, because there's so much
Tsunami.
templates out there. But yeah, you will, because there will be clash of ideas in your brain and you're going to like get yourself lost into everybody's idea. But genuinely, and I'm going back to my foundation, what I feel a woman wants in marriage is security. First off,
Security.
when a woman say, I submit myself to you, the first thing in her mind is, can this person look after me? you know, my mind, my children to come? Will this person get my back? So because there's a lot of uncertainty. Because back in the days, the men, obviously till now, obviously society is trying to like turn things around and give women the voice that they need. But truthfully, the Bible says men are the head of the home. And from the
Mm.
background that you and I come from, the man holds the most power. So the woman being the subordinate is only looking for that sustainability in terms of, am I secured in this marriage? And will this marriage give me the love that I truly deserve in terms of affection? And will this marriage allow me to voice my opinion or my pain or my worry? You know, so what I say, security, um,
Love.
kind of feeling heard, and then getting affection. So those three things are what women want in marriage genuinely. If a woman got this in excess, if a woman can have it in excess, trust me, you can ask for the head of that woman and she will gladly give it to you. People often think is money. If a woman is getting married to you, obviously they know you will look after them. But trust me, if these three things are intact, if a woman have nothing from you physical in terms of money, she will pull heaven and earth to still put food on the table, even if you don't
So,
have that money, and you make her feel safe.
do you think those expectations are realistic?
Oh, wow. I think it can be realistic, because I don't want to say yes or no. It can be realistic, but the truth is, we have a lot of untaught men. We have a lot of broken men nowadays. A lot of men are unaware of what this truly means. A man who wants to give you love, who says to you, I love you, I'm going to give you love, is talking about, I'm going to have sex with you as much as I want. That's his love for a man most times. And a man says, oh, I'm going to provide for you. It's like, I'm going to bring food to the table. I'm going to buy you clothes. To them, they say, oh, that's all that a woman wants. Once I give her the love she wants and I provide for her, that is it. But there are deeper stuff more than
Or
just
send her on
laying down
holiday.
on the woman. Yeah. So that deeper stuff that is, love making is deeper than just laying over a woman or changing different position. Love making is more than that. Providing for a woman is so deeper than just bringing the physical cash or buying the material stuff or providing food or being the breadwinner. There is much more to taking care of a woman. So when you woman say, can you take care of me?
Exactly.
Say, can you look after my inner being? Can you look after me? Can I be sane after 10 years of marriage? Will I still have my medulla intact? That is what a woman is saying. But when a woman feels secured, yeah. So for me, it can be realistic if the party involved understands what these things are.
Understand. Very
Yeah.
well. How can women express these needs without being labeled
Wow.
though?
Well, and I thank you for asking these questions because
You're
what that
welcome.
means is it means for a man to understand, a woman must be able to communicate what they need, right? How
Yes.
can they communicate what they need? Now, from my own little understanding, and then again, um, I stand to be corrected. If anyone have got different opinion, feel free to embed it in the comment section. But in my own little years of experience, I feel like women need to be honest with themselves and women need to tell themselves the truth. Women should not base what they like on what the man likes. So, what I mean by that is you meet someone and the person says, oh, I love to cuddle from behind. And now you obviously you're answering, oh, that's what I love the most. But knowing fully well in your heart of hearts, you're only saying that because you just met this person. You genuinely feel something. You don't want to throw your likes because you feel like, oh, my likes would be too much. What if he considers me as, a prostitute or someone who's too wild? We want to bring our best foot forward. And because of that, we downplay our own interest, what we like. And then we feel like whatever the man likes, once we go ahead with it, it's a win-win. Oh, the man all of a sudden is hearing, oh, she likes to be hugged from behind. Wow, I've gotten my match. Oh, I like kissing. Oh, me too, I like kissing. Oh, I like doing it rough. Oh, that's my number one thing. But genuinely, what you like is slow-mo. And then you're just going with the flow, but genuinely what you like is the slow-mo version. You do not like the rush Indomie kind of thing. So but you're playing along. You're playing
Just
along
to
because you
just to
feel
satisfy the person.
just to satisfy the male.
And
So
and
I
again
think
and
women
again,
should be
Bimbo,
honest with themselves.
yeah, maybe things that women like, or maybe things that make other people happy is having their family around them, or maybe having to go out with friends, or maybe being social. There are other things that make people happy. Like different things work for different women, and some people just like to be on their own. They're not very they don't like too many people around them. So are these things that women should really be, like you said, be truthful about this from the beginning? If this is what you want in your marriage, are these things that needs to be communicated before getting
Okay.
into that marriage?
Yeah. Um, to be honest with you, what should happen ideally is at the beginning of every relationship, at the preliminary level of every relationship, it's the best time for both parties to bear it all. This is my likes. This is my dislike.
Yes.
I love affection. I love everything. But what gives me the happiness that I want is ability to have me time sometimes. Or what gives me satisfaction is I just love it when I get a hug in the morning. What gives me, do you understand? So
Yes.
communication in
Different things
that
for
aspect is
different
very
people.
different thing. That is when, and that is the getting to know each other's stage. But most time in relationship, we're crowded with the euphoria of that feeling, the butterfly feeling. Oh, you met someone, you can't sleep, you just want to talk. And sometimes like you seem like you don't have enough time with each other because the tension is so much, the feeling of love, the infatuation is so deep that sometimes cat will cut your tongue.
You're
You
right.
can't even remember what you want to say. But ideally, there are times that one of you should initiate. Let me get to know you. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? When it comes to sex, what ticks the box for you? How do you like to receive it? How do you like? What's your love language? And when it
And
comes
that
to
and
household,
that I'm
mm,
sorry, I'm going to have to cut you there because it's going to bring me to the other question about intimacy and connection in marriage. So let's talk a bit about intimacy because this is one huge important part of the marriage. So
yeah.
from a woman's perspective, why is this topic so important? Intimacy in marriage. So, I mean, how do you communicate this needs of a woman without being labeled?
Hmm. Is this from coming from the woman or from the man?
From the woman?
Like,
Because
okay.
men have
Well,
their needs, women have their needs. So, how do you communicate your whole need as a woman? Because we do have those needs and not be
mm,
labeled or judged,
or
to be
judged.
truthful about it and not
Well,
to
to be
pretend.
honest, to be honest, I feel like every time you meet someone as a woman, you will know if this person is someone who is more inclined to listen to you and not judge. You can tell the level of IQ that person has got, and that would prepare you on the kind of information they can receive. And that will also help you to know the level of compatibility, what is in it for you, or the trap you're about to get yourself into. But most time, like I said, we get crowded with the feeling of the butterfly in the initial stage, the infatuation feeling. But ideally, um, for people who don't understand Yoruba, I'll probably try and translate it. Yoruba says, and I love it because I have to say it in Yoruba to make it make sense. Is tí a bá ń sunkún, a máa ríran. It means in the midst of your tears, pain, and agony, you should still have the consciousness to know what is happening in your surrounding. You know, um, no matter how deep in love you are, no matter how the infatuation, it should not cloud your brain, your judgment, your you know, level of understanding for you to figure out there are gray lines here that I cannot cross. You should be able to find it free to express yourself at the first stage of relationship because one, you've not done any bad thing to each other. You're coming with plain slates. That's the best time for you to be able to open up. But oftentimes women get crossed into imposter syndrome. So for me, instead of getting imposter syndrome, getting yourself clothed with imposter syndrome, the best thing is just come out and find a way to present it. Oh, the man says I like it from behind or whatever, or I like my woman to say good morning with her two kneel on the floor. And you vowed since birth that I will never kneel down for any man in the morning. And there it is, a man that you're falling for is saying, I love it when somebody wakes up and kneel with their two kneel. I mean, that's just creating an analogy. So it's something that you don't like. I feel instead of telling the man that, oh, no, 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 me, I can never do that. That is a no, no. That's not a good way to communicate. Just tell the man,
Yeah.
oh, you like that. Interesting. Interesting that you like that. But for me, I don't think kneeling is an act of respect as such. I feel like how you treat or portray yourself, you look after your man is a big deal for me, And then just say to the person, why not let's leave, is it okay? Can we compromise in some area? And let's see if we can create our own rules. Let's see if we can do this together, because everybody have what they want, but there should be a middle ground. So a woman communicating her needs should understand that I need to present myself in a respectable way, not in a, and again, it depends on who you're communicating with. Like I said, it depends on the man. So if a man is someone that is raz, I don't know how to the English for raz, like, then it'd be difficult for you. Then you can be open. You can say whatever. He's not going to judge you. But if you're speaking to is more someone who is more of a demure kind
Understanding.
of man, someone who is more cool, calm, and collected, someone who is well versed and exposed, then what you want to say is, oh, I like the fact that you like that, but this is what I like, and what do you think about what I like? I like what you like in terms of I like the fact that you can communicate. This is what you like, not I
Very
like what
well.
you like, just to rephrase. I like the fact that you
Yeah.
can tell me what you like. I admire that. But me personally, this is what I like. What do you think about what I like? And then let the man answer you. Generally, if you throw this question at men, they are very logical. He will answer you. He would answer you whether he says, then okay, maybe he doesn't generally like it. Then, okay, can we find a middle ground? Instead of us coming
Compromise.
with, I like this, I like it, can we compromise? Can we set our own rules? Can we create our own love language? Let's see. Are you ready for an adventure? Something like that. So
Yeah.
men will be open to learn new things. Yeah,
Oh,
I
thank
think
you for
that's the
that.
best way to do it.
Thank you. Uh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. So, what do you think are the silent struggles women face when it comes to intimacy or connection in relationship? What are the silent struggles? Silent struggles, I mean, in the area of, you know, um, pretending to be satisfied when they are exactly not, or not even enjoying what they've done together, and pretending to fake orgasm.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow,
So,
wow. Okay.
you know
Um,
I know this is deep now, but these are the struggles that women face. I
this is
mean,
deep.
are this part
And
of the struggles that women face in marriages or in relationship?
can you actually repeat the question again? Because the question is so big for me.
It is so big.
Can you
That's
repeat
why I
the
said it's a
question?
deep word. So I mentioned about faking orgasm.
Because the question,
I mentioned about the silent
question is
struggles
so
women
big. If
face
you,
when it comes to
I
sex.
mentioned
I mentioned about this when it comes to
yeah,
sexual
if you can
relationship. Pretending.
read the question again.
Okay. So what are the silent struggles women face when it comes to sexual satisfaction or connection in relationships?
What are they? Well, that would be difficult for me
Silent
to
struggles.
itemize. You have mentioned one or two of them, but it'll be difficult for me in terms of because when we say women, we're talking about the general masses, women. But what I can say is some of it you mentioned,
In
like
marriage
faking in marriage or in relationship,
or in
um,
relationship.
they do, yeah, like women, yeah. I was talking to some, I think self-identity. Women struggle to come to term with their self-identity in relationship, be it marriage or dating somebody. Women struggle to put forward their identity to identify themselves. This is who I am in this aspect. What women kind of what women think of identity is their physical appearance, their name, their home address, their age. But you have identity in every area. You have identity in terms of workplace identity. You have identity as a mother. That's one area. You have identity as a wife. That's another area. You have identity even when you are in the getting to know each other stage. So, as a woman, women kind of have that difficulty to channel their identity, to present their CV and say, "This is me."
Are you talking
This
about
is
bedroom
who I am.
identity now?
Bedroom identity now. So in terms of intercourse, women kind of mask. It's not every woman. Now I don't want to generalize it. So some women find it
Are you saying it
difficult.
because they are shy, because they don't want to be labeled?
I think most times it's because they don't even know how this impacts the relationship, or what this is taking away from them. They don't even know what they are losing out, what they don't even know if they say it, maybe it will even spice the relationship up more. They don't understand this thing. Sometimes it's a lack of awareness, or
Is
sometimes
it
it's actually
confidence
the
as
culture.
well?
It could be
Is
confidence.
confidence
Again,
an important
confidence stems from the culture as well, the way we're brought up as well. Like in Africa, women are not taught. Our parents didn't tell us how to love upon our men. We mirror what we see. You understand? We mirror what we see.
Are you
What
are you
we
are you trying to
the
say that we find out a lot of things by ourselves, that the only thing that
we find,
maybe our mothers
yeah.
taught us was don't, you know, don't move too close to a man, or don't be friends with boys,
Let me
because
give
you
you,
could, potentially get
yeah.
pregnant. So, but then when we eventually get past that stage, do we get mentors or people teach us how to properly be happy in marriage
Hmm.
from
One thing that
the
I know,
time they actually said, oh, this is the time, don't talk to men because you will be pregnant. But now that we are in the marriage, did we get that lesson again to say, now you're here, this is what you should do, this is what you should find out about yourself, and you should be able to communicate your needs to your husband? I don't know if we got that part of the lesson. I
I think
didn't
when we were
anyway.
growing up, yeah, when we were growing up, what we were told is
I
whatever
did
your
get, don't
husband
get me
wants.
wrong, don't get me wrong. I got the lesson about you. This is how you're going to live in your husband's house. This guy, how you're going to behave to your in-law. Be yourself.
Which is what
Express
I'm
yourself.
saying. Yeah.
But about the intimacy, I didn't get any lesson regarding that. Lesson
Well,
regarding that.
to be honest,
Lesson regarding.
same here. I didn't. However, what we were told is, I remember when one of my cousins was getting married those days. Everything, we were in the living room when they came to do the marriage rites, and all I was hearing is whatever your husband wants, give it to him. Husband is the head of the home. If your husband wants it in the morning, be ready. If your husband call you in the afternoon, be ready. If he
Anytime.
wants it in the is the one at night, be ready. But
And
prior to that,
has
when
that
we
actually
were,
worked for a lot of women? Has that
yeah.
worked?
But in those days it worked, but there were women who suffered in silence, who didn't even know they were suffering in silence. Our parents didn't even know, because sometimes when you don't know what's on the other side, you don't even know if you're being deprived. It's just like someone who has been in an abusive relationship, who doesn't even know they're being abused until they're out of the relationship. Do you
Exactly.
understand? So our parents don't even know. Our parents don't even know if there's something more sweeter. Our parents don't know. I was in don't let
Maybe
me
they
jump.
did,
There's
and they
something I
just
wanted
didn't
to
share
say.
that part with us.
There's something I wanted to say,
Maybe
but
they
I don't want
did.
to forget.
Maybe they did, and they just didn't feel confident enough to share that
I can
part
assure
with us.
you, the only two things our parents know is the doggy and the missionary.
These are
I
big
can
words.
assure you, in those days, and the truth is, I know this is deep, and I'm not a relationship expert. I keep saying it, but I have been to seminars. I've been under relationship programs where questions are raised by listeners and speakers don't dig into the answers. They just scrape the sides because it's a very delicate, and also because it's not
Yeah,
one size fits all.
I think we are going to need you to come back again to have, more knowledge on this area.
That
But
means
you
I
know
have to
what?
go and do my
But you know
assignments.
what? What's your take on women faking satisfaction and pretending to be happy just to maintain peace? Faking
Well, my take
satisfaction, I beg your pardon, to maintain peace.
I don't think they're doing it to maintain peace. They're doing it because they're ignorant. Most of them are doing it because they do, and others are doing it because they don't even know if there is something in their body parts that can make them even enjoy further. They don't even know. They have not even found out. They don't even know. Is there another thing behind seven? Is there another? You understand? They don't even know these things. So I'd say
Right, I see.
my take on
So
that
that
is
means we need to find
we
out
just
more as a
we just
woman.
need to find out more. Yes, as a
We
woman,
need to find out more.
we need to seek to know ourselves. There are programs on Netflix, and I think I was sharing with you a backstory a day or two ago. There are programs on Netflix, there are books to read about the woman, how to find out about yourself. There are good how many women know their privates, from your boobs to your armpit to your ears to your tongue to your scalp. Do you understand how many women take time to look
So
under there?
are you
It's
talking
only,
about I
do you
bet
know, it's
so you're talking about hygiene and skincare,
no,
self-balancing
no, that's
without
not,
losing themselves? Is that what you're talking
no, no,
about?
no, that's not what I'm saying. No. How many women take time to study that? Oh, this is my finger, for example. What is there? How do I feel when I press this? When I do this, how do I feel? How many women are in touch with themselves? How many women, we go to the bathroom, we shower all the time, but have you seen under? Do you even know what it looks like? Do you know yourself? Do you understand?
Right.
The only
As
time
a
people
woman.
see it is as a woman. The only time people see it is when you're in the labor ward, when a third party is taking out the baby and they're seeing it for free, or when your man wants to climb on top of you and is
For
seeing it,
free.
but you don't know, for free. And you don't even know. But
Bimbo.
because if you know, because if you know
Right.
yourself,
I'm
if
gonna
you
go to
if
the
you know
next one
yourself,
that says,
oh my God.
let's talk about vulnerability and emotional safety now. We're talking about vulnerability and emotional safety. So, in your opinion, do women feel safe to show their soft side, especially during tough seasons? In a marriage, do women show their vulnerability, or in a relationship, do we show it enough in relationships? I'm giving you an example now, maybe during your period, or maybe when a woman is pregnant. Are we showing our vulnerability as a woman enough in relationship and in marriages?
Mm, mm. Not all women. Majority of women are not doing those. A majority of men cannot be vulnerable to show their emotions. A majority of men show their emotions. Some women are taught to be macho, to stand and hold the house, and say, "Oh, the woman built the home." And so, therefore, when I'm down, I still have to show up for the family. When I'm down, I still have to get up and cook. Even if I'm having headache, even if I'm flowing like River Jordan, I still have to get up and cook. A woman needs to know how to be a woman, to show the feminine side, to be vulnerable, to allow your partner, your loved one, your person, someone who has seen you bare, to look after you. You need to be able to say, honey, today I am on my period, or in the next few days I'll be on my period, or I'm having tenderness in my boobs. And bring their hand to feel, to touch where you're having the pain. Let them feel you, because there is power in physical contact. So let them
And
feel
it
the
could
pain.
be
I'm feeling
financial
pain
as
here.
well.
It could be financial as well. Or, sweetheart,
Yes.
I am struggling in this side today. I need your help. You understand? Obviously, there's a way we, but it's not general. But for people who are struggling, it's not because they are they are not they don't want to speak. There is a lot, again, that's been
Going on.
encapsulated in terms of, yeah, there's a lot going on. Sometimes it could be their upbringing, sometimes because they want to stand and say, I hold the house together. Trust me, your man loves the fact that you're holding the house together. Your man also wants to
Yes.
see you
I like the way you
behave like
said
a
that.
baby girl.
Because
He
men want to
likes you
look
holding
after
it
us,
together.
don't they? They want to
They
be
want
there
to.
for us.
He
They
wants
want
to
to
spoil you
pamper
to
us. They
stupor.
want to
He
nurture us. They
wants
want
to.
to spoil us with gifts, with
Simple. Yeah.
love, affection, security, stability. They want to be our support
And
network.
another
They
thing,
want to be
and another thing,
everything.
a woman must also know how to receive the little gestures from their men. You understand? If the man is not very good in caring or looking after your emotional being or pampering you the way you want, if it is only warm milk that he was able to warm and bring to your bedside, take it with love, encourage him,
And
he
say
will do
thank
more.
you.
Do you understand? So we should not, some women don't know how to receive love as well. I know someone who said, I have never kissed my husband. And they've got a couple of, few children. Like, I don't want to mention number of children, you understand? But I've heard someone, not that I know the person, I rephrase. I've heard someone said to someone that they know that they've never kissed their partner, the sexual
And
partner.
kissing
They've
goes a
never
long
kissed
way.
their partner and
It
they've
brings
got
people
children together.
together.
And I've
Oh, thank you so
yeah,
much.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I said kissing goes a long way in relationships.
I think you're on mute.
No, I'm not. So, can you hear me now?
Are you muted?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm not muted. Can you hear me still?
I don't know what's going on, but I can't
Okay.
hear
Can you
you.
hear me now? Let me know when you can hear me.
Now, it could be the network, or it could be maybe we've overshoot the time. Maybe our time is
Can you hear me now?
overspent. Hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Oh, wow. I can't hear you. And you've warned me not to touch anything, so I did not touch anything.
So, can you hear me now?
No, I cannot hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on, but I can't hear you.
Okay. I think we're having a bit of internet issues because I can hear Bimbo, I can see her talk, but she can't hear me. But I mean, so far she's been so good on today's program and spoken very, very well, very clearly of what a woman looks for in marriage, in a relationship. And I mean, from having to speak for this long, and you would agree with me that she is very knowledgeable and she shared so much, from personal experience growing up as a child, to our role models being our grandparents and all of that. So hopefully I'm able to get back to be able to connect with her just to say thank you, because we're almost rounding up before the technical issues came up, which I am trying to fix now, but I think I'm unable to do it. I'm still learning. It's a learning process for me, but thank you, Bimbo. We will catch up with you some other time. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you for joining us on Conversation with Mrs. Fan. God bless you. Bye-bye now. So, marriage starts with understanding, healing, and growth. Whether you're in it or preparing to go into it, forget for sharing our truth. Thank you. Let's keep having these powerful conversations. Like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more Real Talk with Mrs. Fam. Send this to a friend who needs to hear this, a family, a colleague, a neighbor. So bye for now, and see you next time on Conversation with Mrs. Fam. God bless you.